Hey everyone, welcome. My name is Jordan or Rio.
I'm Kelly Jill or Jamaica.
And this is the Trout Creek Biblecast, a podcast designed to keep you connected to Trout Creek, to each other, and of course to the Word of God.
Yes.
We're diving into our Bible study here, and you guys may or may not know that Thanksgiving is just right around the corner. It seems to be coming really fast. But we got Thanksgiving just on the horizon, and so a verse we wanted to talk about today on the Biblecast is maybe familiar to you, maybe not. It's 1 Thessalonians 5, 16, 17, and 18. And
so it says, rejoice always, pray constantly, give thanks in everything, for this is God's will for you in Jesus Christ.
Perfect. So what we want to do today to just encourage you just to really look deeply at those words of rejoicing always, praying continually, and giving thanks in all that we do. So,
Maybe because we've heard this verse a lot, and people, with verses you've heard a lot, you just kind of, oh yeah, sure, whatever.
Yeah.
But what do those words actually mean? Like if you're reading them and you were getting this letter from Paul, I think he wrote it, right?
Mm-hmm.
He wrote Thessalonians. What would it actually mean to get this, and how do you put it into practice?
Yeah.
So when we're just about this, I'm so sorry, cut that out.
Yeah, I can do it.
So when we read in verse 16, rejoice always, what does that actually mean? What does rejoice mean? I actually don't know the last time I used the word rejoice in a sentence, ever, to talk to people. So what does rejoicing mean? To rejoice means to be glad, to be well, to thrive. And we use that word a lot.
Mm-hmm.
We're thriving.
Thrive.
We're thriving.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Another way to explain the Greek word for rejoice is to be calmly happy or well off, especially in a salutation or to tell someone to be well, to be glad, to greet someone joyfully.
Mm.
So when we're reading it in that context, when Paul says, rejoice always, he's like, rejoice, be happy, be glad. I hope you thrive.
Mm-hmm.
Let's aim to thrive always.
Mm-hmm.
What does verse 17 mean?
That's great, yeah. And verse 17, when it talks about it, says, pray without ceasing. And the word ceasing here, what that actually looks like in the Greek, is it's the word without intermissions. You go to those theaters or those shows, back in the old days, they would have in movie theaters like a 15-minute break in the middle so you could go up, use the bathroom, get popcorn, get soda, whatever. So it doesn't have an intermission.
Mm-hmm.
It's incessant, which means it's like if there's power behind it, there's movement, there's intention behind it, and it's without ceasing. So those three kind of things culminate in this meaning, pray without ceasing. And so we pray not just whenever we think about it or when life's really hard, but all the time without taking a break from interacting and communicating with our Heavenly Father, who is above all and is in control of all and is working all things out for our good. And so we engage with His Spirit, what He's doing in this world by praying and without taking a break. And I love the word incessantly because it's this striving after that is really captured in that of I'm getting down on my knees and I'm praying to the Lord so that this can happen and seeing this work out.
That's cool. So the verse 18, I'm going to do the first half. Give thanks in everything. So when Paul's talking about giving thanks, we know as Christians that it is a commandment to give thanks in everything. So what does that actually mean, giving thanks? The biblical usage for that word would be to be grateful or to feel thankful. And another way to say it is to actively express gratitude towards something, maybe even specifically towards a thing. So often we say we give thanks before we eat a meal, but we can also give thanks over a million different things. Maybe something worked out really well and we're just so grateful. Or we were saved from something because we prayed and we listened to the Spirit and we were wise to heed His wisdom. So really it just means to be grateful, to feel thankful, and to express it towards God, basically.
Yeah, and that last part, for this is the will of God in
Mhm.
Christ Jesus concerning you or for you.
Mhm.
That word will, what it captures is like, this is what God has for you. And I think a lot of people sometimes question in their life, what is the will of God in my life? What am I supposed to be doing? And Paul lays it out clearly. Rejoice,
Mhm.
always. Pray,
Mhm.
always. And be thankful for what
Mhm.
God has given you. And listen, if you are doing those things, you are
Mhm.
living in the will of God for your
Mhm.
life. Whatever decisions you make, whatever choices you make about where you go or what you do, those are all going to be influenced by your prayer life, by your joy in Jesus and experiencing the gospel and your thankfulness for what he's done. And so all those things would then lead you to make the God decision, the will of God decision that fits in his will. And so I think that's just a really powerful verse, especially when we go beyond just the surface level and dive deep into these words. And what they're
And if you're
talking
struggling about like maybe where to start, like I don't feel like I'm thriving. I don't feel like I have anything to rejoice about. A really great simple way of doing this is just make a list of everything good that's happened. Maybe even just the last week, the last day, the last month. Just make a list, a gratitude list, and just start giving thanks to the Lord over everything that he's done. Rejoice in him and how he's showing up for you. And then continue to pray and bring your requests to him, knowing that he hears you and he's with us always.
Absolutely. And I'll just pray to end out our time. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you again for this amazing life that you've given us. Lord, I pray for anybody who's listening to this that is feeling discouraged or down. Would you just be with them right now? Would you be present and encouraging them? Lord, I pray that they can just see you and what you're doing in their life and be thankful for that. Lord, I pray right now for just a spirit of gratitude to fall upon us and fall upon anybody listening, that they would just understand what you've done for them and be grateful and thankful to you and for everything that you've done. We thank you. It's in your name, Jesus. Amen. All right, everybody. It is now time for us to play a game, and this time we got a special guest, Chuud. If you'll learn more about him later. He's going to be the person we interview on this episode. But the game we are playing is simple Bible trivia. It is me versus Kelly, or Jamaica, as always. Okay. And what's going to happen here is Chuud is going to read a Bible trivia question, and whoever can answer it first gets a point. If a person answers it wrong, it defaults to the other person. If they get it wrong, the first person can steal it back. But we're going to take turns. We're going to be cordial.
Okay, we're doing turns.
Should we put our hands up to tap Chuud on? Okay.
Tap him.
We'll give him a
Here.
brotherly pat.
Just me in the face.
Wet Willie.
Ew.
Ew, whoa. Alright, restart.
Restart.
We gotta have it like our hands. We should like.
Okay, but I also
Put it
have to
somewhere.
pass my microphone
Hands
back.
on knees. Okay, I want to start with one.
Hands on your knees.
Yeah, hands on knees, Kelly.
My hand.
Hands on your knees, jeez.
Oh my gosh.
Let's see here.
I'm so ready.
Dude, I don't
No,
remember
okay.
which one. I picked some out and now I can't find them.
Oh, it's okay.
What the junk? Oh, name the city which David's soldiers entered through a water shaft.
Are you sure you want to? What? Okay.
Babylon.
Dude, I don't think that's correct.
You gotta answer right away.
Any
I
guesses?
have no idea. The water. I have no idea. Jerusalem.
Dude, that's correct.
No way! Oh my goodness.
I was thinking, what's the most common Bible city?
Alright, next
Okay.
one.
That was nice.
Okay.
Bible school graduate.
Yeah, I'm almost there.
Yeah.
Alright, hands on knees. Which book says, not by might nor by power, but by my spirit? Okay.
Acts.
No.
Not by might, not by power, but by my spirit.
Uh-huh.
Psalm? Is it?
No.
John.
Ezekiel. That's what I'm reading right now.
Matthew.
Numbers.
No.
Mark.
What if it's not New Testament at all?
Oh, you can go.
Deuteronomy.
No.
Jeremiah.
No.
Can you give us a hint?
Go
New
through
or
the
Old?
entire Bible?
New or old?
New or old?
Dude, I don't know.
Dude, I don't know. Can we pass?
Yeah.
Tell us what it is.
It's Zechariah.
Zechariah?
Oh, Zechariah.
Oh
That's
my-
a dope book.
It is good.
Dude,
I forgot.
bonus points. What chapter?
3. Oh,
2,
3.
Oh,
1.
no.
There's only 4, I think. So is it 4?
Let's go.
Yes, I win again.
1 to 1.
1. No, 2
Wait.
to 1.
Yeah.
I got
2 to
0
1.
points.
2 to 1.
Okay, yes.
Wait a minute.
Ask a normal question.
Okay. Of whom did Jesus say he was the lamp that was burning and shining?
John the Baptist.
Oh, dude. Good job.
Keep
Where is
going.
that found for bonus points?
He was after he was beheaded. So that was spoiler alert. John the Baptist dies.
Spoiler. Big spoiler.
Is it in the Gospels?
Mm-hmm.
It has to be.
Oh well, yeah. I'm just narrowing it down. I'm gonna guess Luke.
No.
Okay, John.
Yeah.
It's your turn. Go.
Oh.
I got you.
Guesses?
I figured it out. John, go.
Well, yeah.
Okay,
What
do you know
chapter?
chapter?
Well, it's got to be after Lazarus because he hears about his friend John and then goes in the other direction to go to Lazarus. Or, yeah. Doesn't he? I don't know. Maybe 8 or 9. I don't know.
14.
No, dude, you guys are way off.
Oh.
Like, down more.
2. 3.
6.
5.
5.
Yeah!
We said that exact same time.
Good
Nobody gets
job.
extra
That's
points.
a hard one.
I hope you're learning something, because I sure am.
Dude, I had one, but I don't know where it went. It was... Oh, here it is. How did frogs afflict the Egyptians? Oh my gosh, dude, chill out.
They went into all their houses and everywhere, and their toilets and everything.
That's correct.
Spoiler alert.
It even says food.
Food everywhere.
Could you imagine that?
It's in Exodus. Chapter 15? 18?
I think it's earlier.
Earlier?
'Cause-
11? 12? What is it, 8?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Because
That's
10
a lot.
Commandments are what, 20?
Dude, food.
Yeah.
And they're like
I
out.
guess.
Imagine
Yeah.
having a frog in your cheeseburger.
Dude, a frog in your cheeseburger, that's a good campaign.
Did frog in your cheeseburger?
Uh-huh.
My mom used to
Cheeseburger
grow.
frog?
Cheeseburger frog.
My mom used to grow lettuce in our backyard, and one time we made a salad, and there was a slug in it. It was like
Ew.
this big.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
disgusting.
Gross. I hate
Yeah.
slugs.
Slug.
Spell Nebuchadnezzar.
I knew you were going to do that one. Nebby. Nebby.
Nebby, my boy Nebby.
My boy
Did you
Nebby.
did you do that?
Yeah!
Nebuchadnezzar.
No.
That is so hard.
That was close.
Dude, it's pretty close.
Give it to us. There's no way.
Alright, do you want to try?
There's no way.
That was the worst noise.
My
I'm
gifting
sorry.
is not spelling.
My boy Nebby is spelled Nebuchad. That's what you missed. Nezzar.
Oh, double Z.
Yeah, double Z.
Dude, do you think there's any human alive right now named Nebuchadnezzar?
There has to be.
I sure hope not. This life is kind of awful.
Yeah.
I sure hope not.
You repented for a second.
If you're, well, yeah, but after he went
I know.
crazy animal
He did go
eating
crazy.
plants and stuff.
It's a crazy story.
It's a long game. Shit.
You can
It
edit. Find the
says-
good ones
okay.
that you want to keep.
What is peace?
Oh,
Shalom.
the Holy Spirit.
Shalom is the Hebrew word for peace.
Shalom, dog.
What is peace is the question?
Yeah, that's the question.
Jesus.
The Holy Spirit brings peace.
It says to be in harmony with life.
Oh my gosh. You're picking the hardest questions.
We'll be back with a
You're
new
challenging,
host
guys.
very shortly.
Hey, get out of here. It's only my third day out here.
Okay.
Okay, this one. Who's the last prophet in the Old Testament?
Malachi.
Yep.
Mm,
Dude, Kelly Joe,
that was good.
you need to step it up.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I was like, Elisha?
Elisha.
Name Moses' wife.
Oh, dude. I
Oh.
should know this.
It's the daughter
I'm a girl.
of the, what's his name? I don't know it. I'm gonna forget, but it's Hagar. It's the Jamaican.
I have no idea.
Because
You literally just said, "Oh, I actually know this."
No, I said I should
Should
know.
know.
this. I'm a girl.
Well, so
And
his
they're not named in the Bible ever.
his stepdad. What was his name?
Not stepdad.
No, or his father-in-law. That's
Yeah.
what I mean. Not stepdad.
Jehoshaphat?
No, it was. He was a Midianite priest. Midianite,
He's the one who like helped Moses
right?
give him wisdom. But
Yeah.
I don't know what their name is. What is her name?
Sephora.
Oh,
Sephora?
yeah.
Ah,
Just like the makeup brand,
I should have known that.
Sephora.
Sephora.
Now I'll always remember.
I wonder if they.
Dude, I got
This
this
is
one. I like
wife's
this
name.
one. Spell Caleb.
Oh, got it. C-A-L-E-B.
Good job.
I
I started
heard.
second guessing myself.
I heard kale. I was really confused.
I'm
man.
making my own question.
Okay.
Dude, how many more do you want to
Yeah, just keep going.
Okay.
2 or 3 more.
Unscramble the name of a disciple. And the letters are M-A-E-S-J.
James.
Yeah. You gotta hit me harder.
Do you know he's the brother of Jesus?
James. Well, the disciple James
Yeah.
is different.
I know it's
Whoa.
different.
Sorry, Angela.
That's true. I always get those confused because the writer of James was not the original disciple.
Yeah.
Hey, yo.
Jesus.
What?
Was that
What's the
actually the
question? I
answer?
didn't
He's
hear
too
it.
good at this.
Was that actually the answer?
No.
See, I didn't
That'd
hear
be
the
nuts.
question.
I haven't
be
even
nuts.
said nothing yet. In Israel's early development, what was given in the presence of a witness instead of a signature?
Oh. Someone's shoe.
Yeah.
Oh, I just read about this in Ruth.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
That's
just
gonna
did
be
it.
my next question. Where is it? Good
Ruth.
job.
Ruth chapter 4.
What verse?
Boaz, he
I
goes
think it's verse 6 or
to
7.
the city
Dude, that's
officials.
true.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, dang, come on.
I read Ruth
I
last
wish we
week.
still did that. You know? That's a good idea. Like, make an agreement.
I promise to record this podcast with you.
Thank you.
That shoe is really dirty.
It is.
It smells bad.
Yeah, it sure does.
And it's probably even
Yeah.
worse back then because they did not shower regularly.
Same. I'm just kidding.
Dude, same.
Okay.
Alrighty. moving on. How many sons did Jacob have? Oh, dude, Kelly.
Yeah, Kelly won that.
12.
Yep.
Yeah, it's Israel.
Good job.
I call that section the Real Housewives of Israel. When Rachel and Leah are racing to have their children.
Yep.
Okay.
And the winner is Jamaica. All right, we are here interviewing my good friend. Will you introduce yourself? What's your name?
Hello, my name is Jay.
And your camp
My
name?
camp name is Chud.
Chud.
With
Chud.
2 U's.
What's the story behind that camp name? It's pretty interesting.
The old program director, Fidget, he had a friend who came over to his house one time, and he had a bunch of plants in his house, and she was like naming plants, and she named one of them Chud, and he thought, that would be a great camp name. And then I didn't have a camp name when I came to camp, and I was with Kelly Jo, and she was like, showing me this list of camp names, and there's Chuud on there, and I was like, yeah, that's stupid. I like it. And so I went with it, and then when
great.
Ben found out, he gave me a big hug for like a minute.
That's
It
awesome.
was really great.
That's a good camp name for sure.
Yeah.
That's
Might
great.
Change it.
You're changing it
Maybe. We'll see.
to what?
Dog.
That's pretty sick.
DAWG.
So what do you do at camp?
I'm the maintenance assistant.
Okay, what does that mean?
I hang out with Andy all day, or what's his camp name? Opie.
OP. Yeah.
And do whatever needs to be done. We make a list of things to do and don't really get it done because stuff always pops up.
Mhm.
But
That's how it goes.
we've
Are you
started doing fireside. We're about 3/4 of the way done with that. And
Awesome.
then just doing benches down there. And then did some sheetrock in the girls' chapel bathrooms. We were just about wrapped up with that, and then cleaning up trees that we cut down and all that good stuff.
That's great. And are you here like all year round? What does that look like? What are you doing?
I'm technically an intern, so I live here in the nurse's cabin. It's really nice and cozy. But I think I'm here until summer, maybe a little bit before, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
You'd know better than I do.
Like Mayish, yeah.
Okay.
So what's your number one favorite thing about camp, Truck Creek, Bible camp, all that?
Like internship or summer?
Just anything.
Everything.
Just like
Okay.
the top favorite thing.
Oh, shoot. I think just camp like year round. It's quiet and it's always pretty, no
Yeah.
matter what weather. But then like summertime, it's just the community. Everybody's down to do whatever, and yeah, everybody's pretty nice. Haven't met anybody who's like a jerk, so
That's great.
yeah.
Yeah, no. People at camp are like the best friends you'll ever have.
Dude, I had a couple friends from school and then came to camp, and that's like my main friends ever since then.
That's great. Okay, tell us something you've learned at camp.
I think one thing as a counselor that I've learned is how to be patient.
What? No.
Yeah, dude.
Being
a little
patient
bit.
as a counselor, it never
That
happened.
would probably, I don't know. I guess I wasn't a super patient person. And it's difficult to be patient because you want things to happen. I don't know. Sometimes we know something good's gonna happen and we want that to happen right away, but sometimes you gotta sit back and be content with where you're at right now. So
Yeah.
that's one thing I have learned and one thing I'm learning right now.
That's great. That's really good. Okay, 2 more questions. What is your favorite Fireside song? I feel like our audience wants to know.
That's kind of basic, but Pharaoh.
Oh, yeah.
Because you can just scream it.
Yes.
Like there's no, you don't need to sound good.
No.
Like there's
That's
some
like the whole
songs
point of
that are
Fireside,
like
right?
all fancy like, but
Not that song.
not that song. You just belt it.
Not Pharaoh.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, baby, let my people go.
Hoorah.
Hoo-ha. It's always awkward reading, like, or saying
Reading the
lyrics.
lyrics.
Yeah, out loud. It's just the worst. But yeah, no, that song is one of my favorites too. Okay. What is one thing you'd like to say to our campers and staff who are tuning in, like a word of encouragement or something to bless them with?
Even though you might not see it, God is always working. So don't feel like he's not, because just because you're blind to it doesn't mean he's not doing anything. I don't know. There's multiple times where I've been like, dang, dude, nothing's happening right now. This sucks. And then a month later, I'll look back and be like, oh, shit, dude, that was coming together nicely. So,
No, yeah, totally. That's
just,
great.
yeah. Be
Good
patient
encouragement.
again.
Yeah. All right, well, that's it for this episode. If you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. It'd be a huge help to our podcast, and share this podcast with a friend.